After a long trip down the mountain, the passengers climbed back on the excursion train, and Arnold set off for home. General watched as Arnold puffed away. Good luck out there, he called. Thank you, I will, replied Arnold. Arnold was soon hurrying along the main line back to Sacramento. While they were rolling through Summer Valley, everything went off without a hitch. But while passing through Somerville, the weather changed. Wind and rain buffeted Arnold, and without warning, his sander valve had failed. And while his driver remained in the cab to keep his speed under control, the fireman rode out in front, dropping sand on the rails by hand. Suddenly, Arnold's wheels slipped fiercely, then with a shrieking crack, something broke. The crew inspected the damage. Repairs took some time. One of your crank pins broke, Arnold, said his driver. I knew we should have had you fix that before we left before. I was afraid of this. Well, we had to remove one of your piston rods off. Like an old-fashioned engine. Can you get these people home? They must start back tonight. I'll try my best, driver. Arnold puffed and pulled his harness, but his wheels kept slipping. He just couldn't start the heavy train. The passengers were getting anxious. The crew had to think of something. What should we do? We have passengers making connections with the Coast Starlight. If we don't get them back to Sacramento, they'll miss their train. Well, why not just send another passenger train to pick them up? There hasn't been another passenger train since we sold tickets for this trip. Well, what about Little Joe's train? His branch line is closed because of the bad weather. Even if we add our cars to his train, he might not be strong enough to pull them all. Well, what are we supposed to do? I know, said Arnold. Why don't we just call for another engine to help us? But the only engine available to help was Aiden, so he raced to the rescue. I hope Arnold isn't hurt. Me too, old boy. Me too, replied his driver. It wasn't long until Aiden found Arnold and his stranded train. Well. What do we have here? Oh, Aiden, thank goodness you're here. Can you please help me? I broke one of my crane pins and I can't go any further. Don't worry, I'll soon get you back to Sacramento in no time. While Aiden and his crew went to change lines, Arnold's crew and the conductor went along the train, making adjustments between the coaches. We've loosened the couplings a bit, Arnold. Now you and Aiden can pick up the coaches one by one, just like you do with freight cars. That'll be much easier, said Arnold. After changing lines, Aiden raced back to help Arnold. Then they coupled him up. I'm ready, said Arnold. So am I, said Aiden. They puffed and moved cautiously forward. The first coach moving helped to start the second, and the second helped the third, and so on down the train. We've done it together! We've done it together! Chanted Aiden and Arnold. Steady, boys, said Aiden's driver. Well done, Aiden and Arnold. You've got them! You've got them! And they listened happily to the two-engine steady beat as they forged slowly but surely ahead. At last, battered, weary, but undefeated, Aiden and Arnold steamed into Sacramento. Whew, made it, said Aiden. Mr. Richard, I am so sorry if I kept you waiting. It was just... Arnold, don't worry. You're right on time. What? How? The Coast Starlight doesn't leave for another hour. Excited passengers cheered and thanked Aiden, Arnold, and the crews for a job well done. Then Mr. Richard turned to Aiden. Well done, Aiden, for getting Arnold and his train back here just in time. Oh, thank you, sir. As for that, you can stay here for the night. I'll tell Mr. Clinton where you are. Thank you, sir, said Aiden. With the passengers on board, Franklin and Alexander departed into the night. The other engine saw to it that Arnold was still in one piece. Ronald remained respectfully silent.